Welcome to the Dynasty Football Key. This episode is going to be a quick one. We're going through rookie tight end tiers for the 2024 class right ahead of the NFL Combine. And this is an interesting class. I think this will be a quick one because there's not a whole lot of tight ends. But we're going to go ahead and start this off with the elite tier. We've got Brock Bowers. This is a player who led his team the past couple seasons before this one to get back-to-back national titles, and has been touted as the next best tight end prospect in quite some time. Maybe on the undersized side, but with the way the NFL is now, a tight end at 6'4" can absolutely have a role and contribute right away, as we saw with Sam Laporta. And with the next tight end, I'm going to go with Ja'Tavion Sanders. And we can factor in whether this is for tight end premium or not. Still, I do think I see Ja'Tavion Sanders as a starter. He has sure hands. He catches balls out of the sky. He ended up leading his team, Texas, and receiving in a lot of games in the past 2 seasons, heavily utilized. And in college, when tight ends are heavily utilized, that's a good indicator for the NFL, because a lot of times in college, tight ends have more of a limited role. The receivers and running backs are more featured, and tight ends are typically relegated to blocking. And that's how they have to prove that they can help in the NFL, because blocking is very important for tight ends in the NFL. And he has that skill set as well. He's not just a move tight end. So I absolutely can see Ja'Tavion Sanders having a good role. Maybe he does get into the first round if there's a team that has a need there. Absolutely see him being no later than a second round draft pick and getting a starting opportunity fairly early on. Next year, I think we're going to see a couple tight ends who will have backup roles to start, but will end up becoming starters at some point in the future. Cade Stover, Ben Sinnott, Jaheim Bell. I can see potentially Theo Johnson in that range. But again, these are guys who maybe not starting for our teams in fantasy, so you're not going to want to reach on these players, and the order could be whatever you want it to be. I think the consensus is Jaheim Bell is ahead of this group, and then for NFL circles, people are very excited about AJ Barnard, Dallin Holker, Eric All. I think Trey Knox has had some buzz, but really these final guys I would consider in that last tier down here is guys that I just, we have a finite amount of roster space on our teams that we're given, so it's really tough to roster these guys. So it will be tough. AJ Barner, I think he'll be given an opportunity. Anyone that was part of that Michigan championship team, I think will get a good look. He's got prototypical size at 6'6", 250. Michigan, they're tying the record for most players at the NFL Combine with 18 this coming weekend, and we'll get a good look at what AJ Barner has to contribute. I just definitely see him and a lot of these guys as more block first tight ends. If we go to this backup tier again, Cade Stover is very slow, so it's going to be tough. I could even see Stover being lower here, but I do see him getting an opportunity. Ben Sinnott was one of the best blockers in the country last year, so it just depends. Is that team going to allow him to step outside of that role and become a pass catcher? Whereas Jaheim Bell, we do see him as being a pass catcher, really. As his main role. He's a little bit undersized. He's not going to be asked to block a whole lot. So I could totally see the tiers just being Brock Bowers in his own tier, then Ja'Tavion Sanders, followed by Jaheim Bell. And then These other three are down in this D tier, but there's enough about what they have done to give me hope that they could do a little bit more. And that's it. That's the 2024 tight end tier. We'll see who else emerges over the next couple months. I want to thank you for watching, and I hope to see you on the next episode.